Man, that pizza's not sitting right, bro.
We're good. Do you something?
No, like I ate the pizza and like it's just sitting in my stomach and it's like
It's because we've never done that either.
eat before we start.
Yeah.
Like right now I feel like a big pit in my stomach. It's just like pinche rearranging like Tetris and shit.
Well, I mean, I feel fine right now, but I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We're about to hotbox this room, bro.
What?
Welcome everybody to Mariachi.
To the CharroBeans Mariachi podcast.
A huevo.
.com. Nah.
Don't go there.
Why wouldn't I have one?
No, well we do, but it's not charrobeans.com. I wonder if there is. It would be like a recipe for beans.
Right.
I forget that CharroBeans is like if you were to look up just CharroBeans, it's frijoles. Like
you got a whole bunch of pictures of just beans.
that's how it was for a while. And that's why I don't know why people don't know this. Okay, guys. If you look at the logo, there's no space between charro and beans. It's just CharroBeans. See, it's right here. It's all together. And then like
But the B is capital.
yeah, but there's no space here.
Right.
If it was two words, it would be CharroBeans, but it's CharroBeans.
Uh-huh.
So it's all together. So that's why I always spell it that way.
Oh, were they giving you crap for that? Or what?
No, it's just that every time that they comment on the podcast or they'll say something like CharroBeans and it's always both words and I'm like, no, it's one word. I did that too also because it'll distinguish it better on YouTube. So like if you look at CharroBeans separate, you'll get frijoles, like how to make CharroBeans. But if you put CharroBeans and Mariachi together or something like that, you'll get, the actual podcast.
Oh, everybody right now is like, pues con razón. Like, they're looking for the podcast. Like, remember Alvaro one time? He was like, hey, wait, like, I can't find a podcast. Like, I put CharroBeans y no me sale nada.
Sale puros frijoles, güey. I'm like, well, did you try connecting it? I mean, I don't think it's that hard.
I don't know. I was just kidding.
Podcast. I don't know, man. Point is, if you're here, it's because you know what is up. You know that we're gonna sit here and talk for an hour about mariachi and other stuff. So, if you're here for episode 76? No. 77.
Oh, nice. I guessed.
This is episode 77. We are back with an episode for you guys for this week. We hope that you've been having a fantastic April. We are heading into April 11th, which is almost halfway already. The end of the school year is coming up for us. I mean, for me, obviously, then also for Victor. He's finishing up his finals are almost coming up, right?
Yeah.
How many finals do you get?
I get, for this semester, I have 4.
4?
Yeah.
Tests?
Yeah. 2 from anatomy, 1 from math, and another one from kinesiology.
That's one thing that now that I've been out of school for so long, like just the thought of taking a test myself on anything is such a task, bro. Like it takes me back to all the times that, I would stay up late, not to study, but just stay up late. No, but I would go to like the campus library, Outkick, if you're from Texas State, stay up at Outkick for hours, like sitting in a room, just like going over material like forever. I know for sure too, like for now, I'd be so distracted, bro. Like, I think I have ADHD.
ADHD?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I have the signs, bro. Like I haven't been diagnosed, but I know I do random shit like that. Like I get very easily distracted, like to the point where, when you're reading something, but you're thinking something else, so you don't know what the fuck you just read. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. And then lately too, I've always done this, and I didn't, when I started realizing this, when I got married and I started living with my wife, because like she pointed out all this weird shit that I thought was normal, but to her it's like this is not normal. Like you're a freak, right? So I'm like, what do you mean? Because like I'm so used to like, I don't know if you do this. I'll grab something, and I'm concerned with that task, and then I'll finish the task, and I'll leave it there. And like my mind says, okay, you're leaving it there for a reason. And then like hours later, I still have it there. And I just completely forgot why I left it there. I'll leave things hanging around the house all the time. Like my socks like are on the kitchen table, or just weird shit. Like my shoes are on the bed, and it's just like a hammer is in the microwave, like shit like that, bro. Like I think I'm not.
That let's go back to that last one. That one's concerning.
I mean, think about it. Like, what if I needed the hammer? You know, I was fixing. No, I'm not fixing anything. What am I talking about?
It
But
sounds a lot more like you have a lot on your mind.
I do.
It sounds like
I
you
do.
just have a lot going on. It's like se te traba todo, you know?
Yeah. So once everything kind of like comes up, it just kind of makes me like, well, ¿qué chingo estaba diciendo? ¿Qué chingo estaba haciendo? Like, I have no idea. Like, se me va like that, which isn't good. I feel like
it just sounds like you have a lot on your mind, and then plus nowadays you can get distracted with anything, you know, because of all the things that you have. You know, you have an Apple Watch, so
yeah,
you're basically connected to your phone 24/7,
all the time.
You know,
Yeah.
so you're always like.
That's a huge. You know what makes me depressed? Like that weekly report that Apple sends to you of how much you use your phone.
You get one?
Yeah, you don't get one. I think. Well,
I turn mine off.
Well, mine's so sad, bro, because mine will just tell me how many hours I spend on my phone a day, and when it gets to like 5, 6, 7 hours, I'm like, dude, I don't think it's that much. But then I look at like, you know how it breaks it up, like, yeah, it's that much, dude. Like, I'm just always on my phone, and sometimes it's just because I have shit to do, and then like, so I'll use my phone for that, like for stuff, but also it's just like it's so distracting, like. You're doing something, and then like your phone is just readily available, so it's just like, okay, I'm gonna grab it, and I'm just gonna get lost for the next 20, 30 minutes. And then you're like, oh shit, like what the fuck, dude? I gotta get back into whatever it is.
I think that's what it is. Like you use your phone. Like I use it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for work or for school, you have apps now that help you get there faster.
Yeah.
But it's also an entertainment thing. So like you're like I'm checking my phone. Like for us, we use Canvas, right? For
school. The school.
And
school
then
app.
like I'll be using it like for school, and then like Instagram comes up, like TikTok comes up, and it's like, oh okay, I'll check it for a little bit,
real quick,
and then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh de veras, like fuck, you know.
I do that with like Instagram or Facebook. Like I'll think to look something up for something, and I'll open the app, and you know the timeline is specifically set for you. It's like a for you timeline. So then like whenever you scroll, the first thing you see, like that already takes your attention. You're like, okay. Scroll, and then I'm like, what the fuck did I open this for?
Yeah.
Se me va, you know, like it's just now that I think about that, like with college, I guess I wasn't more as attached to my phone as I was in college, or as I am now in college.
Yeah.
In college, I was like more studious. Now, not so much, man. Like just the thought of taking a final exam is just so like daunting, bro.
The advancement of technology, because our phones weren't that great back then either, you know.
Bro, you know what's crazy is that were we talking about this? Where I was like, all the Zoomers, like people that are like graduating college, like, well, not so much right now, but people that graduated college, you know, like during the Zoom years, and it's like doctors are graduating during this time. So I saw like TikToks that were like, "Shit, doctor, you know, about to do surgery," and he's like Googling like how to do heart surgery, and it's like, bro, like it's crazy because that could be true.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine us, bro. Like, if there was a Mariachi University and, like, uno que se graduó, you know? And then you're, like, at the talon, like, how do you play Hermoso Cariño? Like, like you didn't learn shit. I mean, it's because I look at it kind of, too. Like, when I was teaching Mariachi over Zoom, I don't know if a kid is paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Do you make them turn on their ¿cómo se llama?
Yeah, like, I made it a requirement until they turned it off, and then that kid sees another kid turn it off, so he's like, oh, I guess we can have it turned off. And I'm like, no, like, we need to make sure we have them on. But, like, les vale, dude. What am I going to do? Go to their house, agarrarlos de la oreja, güey, and just like, hey, like, you got to leave it on. Like, their parents aren't going to say anything, you know? Like, it was crazy, man, like, to teach during that. And, I mean, luckily, we didn't have any online classes this year, but, like, man, last year was a crazy experience, especially being my first year. Like, to go, okay, this is your first year, we get it, just do your best. Now you have to teach everyone on this laptop, and also we're also going to have like 4 students in person, but by next week there might be 2, and then might be 1, and then it might be 0, and then just teach everybody, make sure that they're all logging in. And it was so much thrown at you for like a first time experience.
Okay.
And as a student, also you, I mean, you're doing it all online too, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't as hard because I was trying to pass. So
like, were you one of those that paid attention? Like,
yeah,
for sure?
like
Well, it's in
'cause you have
college.
to,
It's
yeah.
college. Yeah, it's college. These kids are going, to because their parents are telling them to, and it's public school. You got to go, But like technically, you didn't have to. I mean, there was nothing. A lot of like really writing. I mean, you're like working for your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, if you slack off in college, like you're fucked. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. We were talking about this with Lil Vic. Like it's his first year. But like you can like mess up your first year like big time. I knew a lot of people that did that.
I did.
Like in school, I had people like that showed up freshman year. I met them and they were in my dorm, and by second semester they were gone. They had just fucked up that bad.
Okay, I didn't fuck up that bad.
Yeah, no, it was just like they constantly partied and they stopped. They didn't go to class. They thought it was just like like. Well, I don't know how they were in high school, but they thought they could just show up or not show up. Like, they didn't care. And then by the time they get to their second semester, it's like academic probation. Like, you're on probation, you fuck up again. Like, you're getting kicked out. And it's like, shit gets real. Like, I knew a couple people like that. And I never saw them again.
Yeah.
It's
That's just crazy, too. Because, I mean, I got academic probation once.
Oh, shit? Did you die?
Nah.
I would have died.
Like, my school does this thing where... when you start the semester, you start with 100.
Yeah.
So the system saw that as like, oh, this kid's doing well again. Like you're off academic probation.
Okay.
So that was good for me. But like that's crazy because I mean you never had that, right?
What?
Academic probation.
No, I did get like a very bad semester. Like I think my GPA was like 1 point something. That semester.
So I guess they just threatened you with like taking your FAFSA or TESFA?
No, I never got threatened. They basically said like, cause D is, yeah. No, it's cause at Texas State, D's get degrees. So if you get a D, like you still pass the class, but it just fucks your GPA.
Yeah.
So I like that semester where I think I got like 2 D's, like 2 C's. Like it was trash. it was ironically. It was the year after I pledged. So like the semester that I pledged to join the fraternity, like I was good. I did it like really good. And then I guess I was like, all right, like now I'm a brother, like I'm good, right?
Started drinking?
No.
Started drugs? Bro?
No way. Like I guess I just thought like, oh, it's because it was hard. It was a hard semester. So like the fact that I got out of it, I was like, chingon, I did it. I did it all by myself. And the next thing you know, it's May and I'm like, how did I get all D's and C's? It's just CD, like. So then, like, I still passed, but it did like drop my GPA like considerably. And like I said, I mean, I don't know what it's like for everybody. I know some people like are getting into grad school and stuff like that. Like me, I was just concerned with graduating in the 4 years because my GPA wasn't the greatest. My GPA was 2.74, I think, by the end of it. But I mean, it was enough to pass, and I finished school. And I'm not even working in my degree field, but I mean, I know without that degree, I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have now. But they don't take a look at your GPA, really. Like, they look at the
like,
degree.
Can you work or not? Like,
yeah, exactly. So I mean, like, the one thing I did want to do was get Dean's List, which is like when you make all A's. But I never did it. One time, I almost did, bro, and I got a high B. I was so mad, bro.
I have all A's right now.
Nice.
It's not gonna last.
I'm like
it's not gonna last, bro. I can feel it.
Yeah, bro. No, but I mean, go to college, guys. Like, if you guys are college aged right now, or if you guys are high schoolers, I don't know who's listening right now, but do your best to finish something. Not to say you don't have to go to college. I've also seen a lot of people that went into trade school.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
also good.
That's good, man. Like I think my thing is just like do something. You know what I mean? Like we got to do music and we're still doing music, and then like you're doing school, but I know for sure like if I'm just sitting there and doing nothing, like I feel like very unproductive.
No, see, I can't just be at home, or like just doing something like I don't want to do.
Cause that's how I feel about like when I don't gig. Like it's a good break, but it feels weird for me to be home like on a Saturday night. You know, that's just me. Especially because my wife works Saturday nights too. So like I don't even have anybody to play with, dude. I'm just here with like my pets, and I'm like, like this. I'm usually gone at this time. You know what I mean? So like, but yeah, I've seen people that go into trade school and like they're like racking it up, bro. Like plumbing. doing electric, fucking roofers doing construction, but they're out there doing shit. You know what I mean? And it's everybody's got their thing, bro. Like you got to go out there and just do what you got to do. I mean, it's better than doing nothing. It really is. Plus, you need money at this point. Like everybody needs money.
Gotta survive, bro.
Literally, bro. You got to survive. You think we do? I mean, mariachi. If it was free, would you still do it?
Yeah.
Really?
Not as often, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean, that means I have to work.
That's true too.
Like, or not get a job, you know? Because that's my job right now.
Like, what would you be a mariachi intern? I guess you could say.
Yeah, but I would only do it like one day, because I would need like bread, right?
What do you mean one day?
Because like if I'm gonna play it, but I'm not getting paid.
Okay.
I'll do it like as much as I can, which would probably be one day.
Yeah.
You know, because I have to like I don't know go work at McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
And that's like 9 to 5.
Right.
So I have to do that so I can come and play. You know.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then like I'll probably be at school too, right? So está peor. Es más, ya ni voy a ir. Like I'm gonna be stressed out.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of funny to think about it. A mariachi intern. You just get someone that come in and like, oh, there's a new intern, guys. He doesn't know much. He's barely learning. And then we just bully him, bro. We just like, what? Hey, new intern, like, go get us unas chelas, way. And then he's like, yes, sir. Damn. Poor guy.
Some people, this is not an intern, but some people have like assistants, some groups.
Like a manager?
Like I play with a group. ¿No te acuerdas una vez que me prestaste la vihuela?
Yeah.
It wasn't the last time. It was like a long time ago. It had to be like 2016.
Okay.
Fue a trabajar con un señor. And they had a guy that played güiro and put up the sound system. So like tenía como no era una carretilla. It was like a little...
¿Un diablito?
Yeah.
¿Un diablito?
Y ponía las bocinas y todo. And then we would come in playing. And he comes in the back. And then he's like, está instalando todo. Like, te pone el micrófono.
Yeah.
And then... Like venía we did that song de Celebración.
Yeah.
And then sacaba el güiro. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sacaba el güiro, and I'm like, chingón, you know, like he did everything, and I don't know how much he got paid, right? But and he would drive too. Well,
yeah, I was gonna say like some people have drivers.
Yeah.
Like mariachis that just have the driver, because I mean that in itself is a job too. I mean, like think about it, like bro, like every time that we get in the van after playing a while, like sometimes we just knock out, like we fall asleep. But that person that's driving, I mean, is responsible, but like for like all of our lives, bro. Like if they're tired, like ni modo, like they have to keep going. Like that's why we usually stop to get like coffee for Don Luis.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's always got like his coffee and his little panecito, you know, to kind of like keep going. And kudos to that man, you know, because he's like driving us everywhere. Have you ever driven the van? Have you driven it? You driven it? Okay. Yeah, me too.
Bro, the chiquillo used to make me drive the van. Because I guess for that reason, like, el jefe se cansaba.
In the old group you were in?
Yeah.
You drove the van, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was me and Chino. He would be on co-pilot, and we'd be like, "Pándalo, güey." Like,
how old were you?
Ni tenemos licencia, güey.
Oh, shit. I was going to say, because you were young.
Yeah.
And, like, it's funny, because just recently, they tagged you in a picture.
Oh, bro?
Yeah. And I was like, dude, you look young. Like, now, che hombre, güey. Like, I'm like, why you red, bro? Like,
no, it like, tripped me out, because no Isaba, he'd just be like, hey, Vic, like, drive us to the meeting spot. I'm like, wait, like, that shit's 40 minutes away. It's like, nah, tú puedes. I'm like, huh? And then he started, like, talking down el dinero.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, like, el chino nada más se ponía en el co-pilot and, like, dale pa' allá, güey. And I'm like,
because you're responsible, you know, like for everybody's life, and then the transportation vehicle that transports everybody, and the equipment and the instruments, like everything is riding on you, bro.
That shit was wild.
You come to think about it too. I don't know if I should say this group. I don't know if they're. I mean, it's not bad, but one time too, yeah. This guy. Okay, let's just say I bet up this guy. Who needed to take the van of the group all the way to a gig in Frisco, but they dropped off the van there here in Fort Worth, like to get fixed, and they told that person to drive it all the way to Frisco for a gig. This kid was in high school, like, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, like right now I'm gonna drive all the way to Frisco." I'm like, "This is the Mariachi's van." And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you have I don't remember if he had a license or not, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna drive all the way to Frisco right now." And I'm like, "So this recently broken van, you're driving it in your young age all the way to wherever this gig was?" I'm like, bro, like Like, lo persiné, güey. I was like, con cuidado, you know, que Dios te bendiga, you know. But, I think he made it. I still see him around, so, I mean. But I remember that, like I was just like, no, mom. Like, that's crazy, dog. Like, that you're going all the way over there. And, I mean, I didn't have that responsibility when I was young. I mean, when I first started gigging, like, I was fortunate enough to where the boss there gave us a ride all the time. I think all I needed was to at least be dropped off at his house. And then from there, like, he basically, you know, dropped
Wait,
me
who are we
off.
talking about? The first group?
First group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now we got picked up.
You too, right?
Yeah, I got
when you
picked up.
started? Yeah. Oh, pues sí. Pues tú estabas más tiernito. And like your mom, I remember at first your mom didn't let you out. Like in the beginning, like you had to ask for permission. One time I think it was like a lot later, and you had to like call her to be like, "Hey, like we're a lot later." Than like you had to explain why we were.
Oh, see.
But like it's because I mean you were like 14, 15, so it's like it was like a I guess issue. Like you had to tell your mom like, "Mom, I'm still kicking," you know. I'm still alive, you know.
Sí.
Yeah,
No,
I remember that.
The worst part was not the worst part, but like donde se puso fuerte was whenever I first played with Allende.
Okay. Oh, right.
Porque fuimos no, we did a gig, right? Which I thought that was it.
Yeah.
Like Arturo called me on a Sunday and he was like, "Hey, like tenemos una hora.
Yeah.
Like vienes?" I'm like, "Pues
sure.
I don't have a car."
You're like,
and
sure.
then he's like, "Okay, well they'll pick you up. Te vienes, whatever."
Playing guitarrón or what?
Yeah, I was on bass.
Oh.
And pues sí fuimos, and then after that, he was like, "Hey, like we're gonna do like some talón at this." Creo que era
restaurant.
Yeah, creo que era se llamaba Los Ostiones or something. It was like a seafood place.
Seafood?
Yeah. No, we played there. Like the gig was like 4 to 5. It was pretty early.
Yeah.
And then ahí acabamos como a las 12, 11. Or even later.
Mami.
No, sí, mi mamá estaba bien preocupada, güey. She's like, porque le dije, like, hey, I'm gonna play with this other group, you know?
Yeah.
Like, son puros hombres. And then she's like, no, hombre,
it's
este güey. Like, no sé qué andará pensando mi mamá. She was like, ya lo tienen ahí, like, con
like tied up.
With, like, prostitutes. like, haciendo coca y tomando and shit. Like, este niño de 14, 15 años, güey. Le están arruinando la vida, güey. It's
like all the bad things playing in her head, like all these things that could possibly happening right now.
Like,
every single situation was thought of.
Because I told her it was an hour. You know?
Pues sí,
y luego no regresa, güey. And then Arturo, like, gets on his phone. He's like, bueno. Like, and like, he looks at me like, hey, güey, es tu mamá. And I'm like, hola, mamá. It's like, and I'm like, sí, estoy vivo. Like, ahorita llego.
Estoy vivo.
Like you get like an Amber Alert, like,
like she reported you. Like, you're already on the milk cartons, bro. Like fuck, dude. You're on the Lala milk in Mexico already. Fuck. Chingón, way.
It's like 15-year-old Hispanic, like last seen at this place.
Los Ostiones. con un group of mariachi guys.
Bro.
And it now that I think about it too, it is a little like it's because I'm in the first group that we played in. We were young. Like, I think I started when I was like 15, 16, right? And, I mean, at the time, I don't know how old they were, but they were in their 20s. You know what I mean? So, like, and then, like, at the time, you know, we had other people that were in high school in the group. We had people that were early college. So, I mean, they were still young, so it was a young group. So, when you go from that to, like, a group de puro señor, or not even, they weren't even señores, but, I mean, that's how, like, a parent would look at it. Because now you're going outside. Now it's not, like... people they know.
You have no friends in there either.
Yeah, like my mom for sure. I know too. Like before she met, you know, Allende and the guys that were in that group and stuff like that. You know, when I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna play with this new group, and she's like, well, who the fuck is that? Like, like I need to know who. I need their mother's number. You know, like I need information so I know what the fuck you're getting yourself into. But it's like, no, but you know, it's just. But if you think about it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a bit like as a parent, I guess. It's like, yeah, mom, I'm about to go play with all these dudes that I don't know. Like, I'll be back in like 4 hours. Like,
especially for me since the beginning. I mean, siempre me tocó estar con gente más de edad. Because even with Northside, like when I came in, I was the only freshman that was in the group.
We were the older ones?
Yeah, all you guys were like juniors and seniors. And I'm like, fuck, que me hablar. You know, like, it's just like, because all you guys have like, I mean, not full on beards, but you guys have like facial hair and like, you know, you have all this, y'all have this attitude, and I'm like, Hello, verga, you know.
Todo tiernito.
Yeah.
Like,
I was the youngest person in the group until like Saul came in.
Right.
Before that, siempre era puro señor and like, or like with you guys,
Yeah.
like Boyo's older than me by like a month.
Yeah.
So siempre me tocó a mí like always being the little one, and then going, you know, with Arturo, where I'm like at this age, and those guys are like 25 and up.
Yeah.
You know, and con justa razón, like on that day, I remember like Paco would fuck with me. And I didn't know who he was, you know. He just didn't give a fuck. He
was just like, new guy. He looked at you like the intern, bro.
It was like a fucking fucking German Shepherd with like a chew toy, you know, like les dan en la madre, like.
Like they're happy because you're there, but they're kind of like
son bruscos, you know.
Yeah. It's a little rough, and you're like, hold on, wait. You're just taking along for the ride, and you know, you just take it, you know.
I'm like, sir, please.
Sir. No, but yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like. Yeah, it's because like now it feels normal. Now it's just like I'm gonna go. Pues sí. Now that we're older, it's like
you are those guys now. We are those guys.
That's true too. I remember one time, a while back, Saul, who plays in our group, his brother Diego, when I met him, he was a little kid, bro. Like, estaba chiquito, and I remember it was a weekend you didn't go, and it was a weekend that Boyo didn't go. So we were like short staffed. I was on guitarron. You let me borrow your guitarron that weekend. And he came to help out. And, you know, now he looks a little older. But at the time, bro, like he had, you know, like he had these huge like glasses, like the old 80s glasses. And then he had like super curly hair on top. And it was like chopped on the sides. Okay. It was like a early cut before it was a cut.
Yeah.
You know? But he was young, man. And I remember when I met him, he was like, yeah, así como nosotros, like 14, 15 or something. I don't remember exactly. Like, hey, you're going to have to tell me. But anyway, he pulled up. You know, I didn't know it at the time, but it was Saul's parents dropping him off at the meeting place. And they also picked him up at the end of the night. Like, ya era tarde. You know, he picked him up from Burros, actually. And I just thought back, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like, he was a kid. Yo todo señor, güey. You know, I was playing with this kid. Not like that. I was playing music with this kid. Yeah. Like, he came in. And, you know, I can see why his mom would be, like, concerned. Because it's like, hey, this is my baby. Yeah. And I'm, like, letting him play all night with these people I do not know. And that's what's, like, so, like, as a parent, right now, like, it's, like, whatever. But I know when I have a kid or two or whatever, and if they become, even not even musicians, bro. Like, when you just, like, let them out of your sight. It's a little like, oh shit, like.
I mean, just letting them. I think
the world is fucked up.
The main thing is just letting them be with older people.
Yeah,
you know, because older people, like, especially cuando, you know, like se sienten como, like they just want to fuck with you. You know, like mess with you in a way.
Okay.
And sometimes like their version of that isn't very good.
Well, it's because you don't know how people are gonna be in general. That's what I'm saying.
Like some people, like, you know, like parents don't like their kids drinking, but someone of our age that are not as nice as us, they be like, "Chate una, güey, no pasa nada."
Yeah,
you know?
and that's like, I was about to get to that, where it's like you hope that you as a parent, you raise this person enough to like make the right decisions.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't or you don't, because that's the thing too, bro. Like, you can have the best kid. I've met like, you know, some kid, and then, you know, you put them in a situation where they can take advantage of that. You know, you don't know what they're capable of. You know what I mean? So it's like, I would hope that the person I'm sending out, like my kid or whoever, like makes proper decisions. Like that you raise them to the point where you could be like, nah, he's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? But you don't know that. You really don't know that. Like, my parents got lucky because I'm like the best kid, bro. Like I really am, bro. Like, nunca les di ningún problema, bro. Like, I was such a good kid. Hasta ahorita, güey. Yeah. No, like it got all quiet. No, but like, yeah, like I never gave my mom or my dad problems. So like when I would get in trouble, I'm like, I could be doing crack right now. Like,
that's true.
I could be gang banging right now. I mean, sorry, gangster, like gang banging like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's called, gang banging.
No, sí, te creo.
Like, I could be, you know, I mean, you know how it is in Northside. You know what I mean? Like, just cholos por donde quiera, you know. So it's like, I could be doing that right now, but I'm over here like just practicing my vihuela, you know, like.
That's how I was too.
Yeah.
Like, te regañan just because you're late. I'm like, Mom, no estoy pedo. Like, no estoy.
Like, nobody.
Ahora sí, pero when I was under your
supervision.
Nah, yo era toda madre. Like,
Like you could be a grandma right now. I could be buying drugs. You know, like I
was telling her I was in Mexico, but I had a full mustache right now, building a house with 5 kids from 2 different wives. You don't even know, like, don't know how.
Like I had plans. Okay?
Yeah,
you ruined it for me.
I had dreams.
No, yeah, for sure, bro. Like I think my life would have been completely different if I was in California. Like where I was born. I was born there, and to this day I have told this to Zara, my wife. I'm like, if we didn't marry each other, and you know, like I never met you and I was in California, like I legit think I would be married with a girl. I have an apartment somewhere because it's way too expensive to buy in California. I'd have an apartment. I'd probably be married. I'd probably already got like 2-3 kids, one in the oven, and like I'm doing like some sort of landscaping or something. Like I probably would have gone to college. But just my life would have been completely different. I would not be doing mariachi. I'd probably be playing norteño music, if anything, because that's where my family's background usually is actually from. But, like, my life would be completely different if I wasn't over here. Like, who knows what would have happened over there. Bro, I probably would have had a beer belly over there. Because, like, there I would have, like, right now I just have a normal belly. But over there, it would have been, like, beer, you know.
You're going to be like a bee.
Yeah. Like, from the side.
Yeah.
Chingon. No, but yeah, it's crazy how like life works itself out. Now we're out here where the señores. So like for example, like Lil Vic who just came in, he's yeah. I'm like, por ahí anda uno.
You?
No, yo no.
Perro, no, yo tampoco.
No, like Lil Vic, he's 19 right now. So like I mean, he's a little bit older, I guess you could say. But I mean, whatever person comes into the group, like we're those señores, bro. Even though we don't really feel it or maybe even look it yet, like we are those that like if a mom or a dad came in, like we'd be the ones like presentando like, oh, like me llamo Samuel or me llamo Victor, you know, and that's we're those señores now. That's fucking wild to me.
That's our life.
That's our whole life now, right?
Bro.
Huh. Me dolió, bro, just to say that shit. I'm like, fuck.
No, I kind of like it. You know, it's just like...
We have the wisdom?
No, it's just... No, para nada. Do you not see what we do, bro? Like...
Yeah,
Nunca aprendemos. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just, you know, the generations advancing, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean...
Because, like when I... Like, yeah, that night that I played, like, Paco was there. And he had to be, like, 26, right?
I think I'm as old as Paco was when I joined the group.
That's what I'm saying. And now, you know... I'm 25.
You're getting there, yeah.
Yeah, and you're 27, so it's like, you know, we took their places.
No, yeah, man. Even though it doesn't feel like that, but like I said, it.
Because I still feel like a kid next to them. Because I've known them for that long. I guess.
Yeah.
Like Arturo, when we used to talk, like he's always like, "No, see, like, I'm single or whatever," and now he has like a wife
and a kid, and
his own house. I'm like,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Everybody like grows up a little bit. Shit's sad as fuck. God damn.
Still, I thought I was trying to make it better, and you're like, without.
No, I mean, like it's badass. I mean, like it's badass. Like, you know, our boss has a kid. You know, he's married. Like, I'm saying, like people grow up. Like, and it's just like it's good, but it's also I'm saying like it's also sad because it's like it just shows you how like time passes. Like, el tiempo pasa. What's the next lyric?
You know,
te puedo olvidar, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bueno, así mero. Vamos a estudiar. Let's talk about the weekend. What the fuck? Why are we getting all deep, bro?
No sé. No pasó nada en Silver Shack. Al Chile no hubo nada. Like,
no había nada. Planta, no había nada.
We played like 2 songs.
We played 2 songs de Talón. Bro, nothing happened. Why do y'all come back? Like, nothing. It's the same shit every week.
Anyways, Friday.
What happened Friday?
Oh, we had a gig that you didn't go to.
Yeah, I didn't go to a gig.
You're a hoe, bro.
Okay, you guys scheduled it at 4 in the middle of Auburn, Texas.
We didn't schedule it, though. It was the client.
People getting married, right? Yeah. So it's their fault. Who gets married on a Friday, bro?
We played, like, Mondays.
I'm saying people do it, but who gets married on a Friday? Like,
I mean, wouldn't Friday be the best way?
No, because dude, think about it. People work.
Yeah, like you want to blow off steam. Isn't that the best way to do it? Like you go party.
You don't know everybody's schedule. Okay, so like, what if I scheduled my wedding at Friday at 4? Like, bro, like everybody works till 5. Like, you're making it inconvenient for everybody. Now everybody's got to miss a day of work to go to my wedding.
Maybe they don't want you to go.
I don't know, bro.
No sé.
It just seems very inconvenient. Just do it on Saturday. Pa eso es, güey. El sábado.
¿Y el domingo?
Estás recalentada, bro.
Es ir a misa, güey. Ir a ver, ¿ya ves cómo andas? Por eso no quieren tocar con nosotros, güey. Los niños. Su mamá lo quieren.
Right.
No, Friday we had a gig, and you didn't go.
I didn't go.
I went, because I'm a good boy.
Because you've been working, bro.
No, but it was like the easiest gig for me and Don Mike, at least.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard.
Like, we got there, and apparently los casados... cabrón. Los casados querían like a certain songs, right? And these songs usually go with like violin and piano, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's because okay. So if anybody doesn't know this song is called 1,000 Years. I think it's called 1,000 Years.
No sé.
Es la que va. Dun, 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 1,000 years.
Okay.
Es la canción que, o sea, a lot of people dance this shit at their wedding. Like, yeah, especially weddings. They love that shit.
It's wedding songs, basically.
Like, si no es esa, es la otra, la de pinche Ed Sheeran. ¿Cómo va?
I know who he is, but I don't know his songs. I don't know.
Ya se me olvidó. Point is,
she wanted these two songs, right?
Uh-huh.
So our violin players, Boyo and Lil Vic, they learned each one song, and then Arturo learned it on piano, so they could do it, right?
Yeah.
So you have him on Snapchat. I called them, Mariachi terreno, right? 4x4.
Yeah.
Because they could do anything. They're usually someone that plays those songs van como like in a tuxedo, right? They go like really nice.
Yeah.
But no, eran charros.
Charros.
And
bro.
like they're playing piano and they're playing like this, the opposite of mariachi, which is to be really like
formal.
Yeah.
And if anything, it just shows how much we can adapt to any style, bro. Because I mean, Arturo happens to play piano. So he can play. He was playing along with the chords, and then, Boyo over here who can play the melody. I mean, it sounded legit, bro. Like from the video, if it's just a song for the bride and groom to walk out to, like to where they're gonna get married, like it sounded good, you know. And it was just, that was I'm guessing the client requesting that, right, of the mariachi, which it's like, that's pretty badass. And a mariachi could be like, oh yeah. Va a salir como sale, pero I mean, salió,
yeah.
Mariachi todo terreno, güey.
Pretty much. I mean, they were, me and the Mike were just in the back like, damn, todo el día. Like, cause they had like a really nice view, of the landscape, so they're having the thing, me and the Mike are like, damn. ¿Ya todo el terreno de aquí,
You're like, damn, they got money.
Yeah. My Mike's like, no, aquí han que los tornados bien chingón, like, no, nada. It's almost getting married, like.
Right there.
Yeah. But yeah, like that ceremony was like 30 minutes. And then they were like, at the end of the ceremony, just play like Hermoso Cariño for them, right? And we did. And then you would think they're like, okay, well, there's 30 minutes left for them to play. Yeah. Just let them play.
Let them play.
But they're like, okay, it's picture time. So that's like 20 more minutes of us taking pictures with them. Mm-hmm. And then the show was cracking me up. The lady, or la novia asked Arturo, like, so how much time
do we have left?
Yeah. And Arturo just looks at his watch and it's like 10 minutes. And he's like, okay, pues, acaben adentro, So we just played 2 songs inside and then
that's todo.
We're done, though.
It sounds to me like that was one of those
it was a white people gig.
Yeah, it was a white people
for sure.
Gig. Yeah, so background music. I mean, they wanted you for the opening.
Yeah.
The 1,000 Years song. I think that was the main point. Because and I've told you this before, it feels like some people hire mariachi without really thinking that, what a whole hour consists of. Like a whole hour is 50, sorry, what the fuck? Yo tampoco sé, güey. It's 60 minutes, right?
Okay.
Hermoso Cariño, Mariachi Loco, what else? What's like a standard? Or let's say it was a birthday, Las Mañanitas. That is only like 9 minutes. 10 minutes worth of songs. After that is 50 minutes that you have to fill up, So when we ask you, like, ¿qué quieren? They're like, oh, toquen lo que quieran. So it really is just background. Like, and I've told you this before, like, we're doing what a boombox can do. Like, put those same 3 songs on and then just leave it on shuffle because that's what you want us to do. Which is fine with me because it's like, okay, whatever, I guess, we're making our bread either way. But it's like, I don't think you thought this through. Like,
No.
I think you thought it'd be cool to have a mariachi here, and then you were all like, okay, we had them. Now what do they do? So they just kind of let you.
Bro.
They just let you play, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's money for us, so it's whatever, I guess.
Yeah, and then we had the planta later on.
Planta was okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of talon though.
A lot of talon. We went all the way till closing. You know, it's closing when they start turning off the lights on us. Like they basically start, you know,
they start shutting down.
They shut down the
with
whole
or
place.
without us.
Yeah, like they shut down the lights, but they also shut down like our power. Like, you know how we just need one enchufe, like to put in the plug. For our whole sound system, all we need is one plug, and that's it. But I think they turn off like all the electricity current to everything, because it's happened before where we're playing and, you know, they start shutting things down and they'll turn off the plugs. So then like now there's no sonido. So we're just there playing and it's like, give us like a warning. Just tell us like, hey.
They're like, nah.
They really don't care anymore, bro.
Just cool it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, damn, bro. Like, but we've been playing. I mean, I've been playing there at least 10 years now. But before that, they've been playing for years. Like you know, Mariachi Allende there has been playing there for so long. So at this point, it's like, whatevs. A lot of people go there also to see how we sound, you know, before they hire us and stuff like that too. So I mean, it's whatever. But it was fun, I guess.
Yeah, it was cool.
Normal Friday night.
I'm like, how to make up for Thursday. Que no pasó nada.
Que no había nada de talón. Yeah, dude.
I had to make up for it.
Yeah. And it's easy when talón too. When, like, for example, the guy that came, he se las echa todas, güey. He sang like $300 worth of songs by himself. He basically uses this like his own karaoke machine. Like, he's like input information, and then sale la canción, and then he pulls up another one, otra vez, until eventually he racks up like $3 worth of songs. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, you could have done this like in your shower, like just turn on your phone, like, I puedes cantar con madres, way, you know?
Yeah, no, he was having a good time, man.
Yeah, exactly. He was having a grand time. I was low key a little tired. Yo luego me fui, way. You guys stayed for another little while, but I was like, mejor me voy. So I was like, nah, me voy.
And then Saturday, we met in Fort Worth.
Met in Fort Wheezy. What do you know Fort Worth as?
Fort Worth.
We have a lot of nicknames here.
Just Fort Worth.
You don't know the other ones?
Some basic, like Cowtown.
Cowtown? Funky Town?
Metroplex. I don't know.
No, Metroplex is DFW.
Right.
But just Fort Worth. Fort Worth, yeah, it's Fort Worth. ¿Qué dices? Cowtown, because the cow is our...
Like stockyards, I guess?
I guess you could say the stockyards. But, I mean, it's Cowtown, it's Funky Town, Fort Wheezy. ¿Todo?
No sé.
Sepa.
Oh, yeah, that's where we met.
We met here in Fort Worth. Took off. ¿A dónde fuimos?
First gig was a funeral.
Let's start it off with a bang. It was a anniversary of a death.
Yeah.
Something like that. It had been at this cemetery we've been at before. We've played there a couple times. Luckily, did you notice that we were under like the shade at least?
Yeah.
Because the rest of the cemetery was like puro sol, but we were actually right under the trees, so we got to. It was an hour, so I mean, pues puras canciones de funeral. You know, that's what we played. We were like, I think it was a young baby, right?
It was like a baby,
that had passed away, right? Because we were in the section of the cemetery where it's nothing but like los bebitos, like, you know,
infants.
Like infants. Yeah, a lot of them like they lasted a couple days. Unos que died like se mira allí que they just have the birth date, so it's just like they died that day, which is sad. I always feel awkward like when we're sitting or when we're standing like right by the graves, because sometimes I don't notice that I'm on like the head part, and I'm like, oh fuck, like, because I mean, you just walk up, you know.
That does irk me. Like some people when they walk across a graveyard,
and they walk on every stone.
Yeah, like no manches.
Like if I do, it's not on purpose. It's like, oh shit, my bad. Like, because that's how I feel. I'm like, damn, like my bad, bro. Like I didn't see it. Pero sí me siento así medio mal like when that happens. So like and then I saw that I was right next to an anthill. the whole time. Like at the end, I was like, oh shit, that would have been bad. I've never had that happen before, but I've heard that that's happened to some people at a funeral actually. Too.
Yeah,
outside.
I've seen. I know what you're talking about.
A lot of anthills. Fuck, that would be rough. Empiezo a llorar, güey. But yeah, we played there. It was nice weather at least. Like it was windy.
Yeah. I mean, the people didn't seem all that sad. They were just kind of like celebrating, like, you know, him or her.
I mean, sí andaban llorando poquito, but I mean, you could tell like they were there like to kind of be with that with the baby, I guess, in that time of anniversary or whatever. Yeah. So that was nice, you know. And at the end, they have to give us money. I always feel bad about that. Yeah. It's like we played an hour, you know, we made this nice, made y'all feel cool, I guess. And then it's like, money, please. You know,
you've seen Friends, right? There's like an episode about that where like Monica makes like a cater service for a funeral. Mm-hmm. Y pues le tienen que cobrar a la señora, güey. No, like, because her husband passed away. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's a good representation of how it is. Because she's like, fuck, you know, I want to leave. Yeah. But I have to get paid. See la señora who's bawling her eyes out. Yeah.
Especially, you know, like, at least they weren't, like, bawling or anything. But imagine that, like, alguien que sí se acaba de morir, you know, or something.
Like, estás dolido, and then someone asks you for money. And it's
like anyway, can you give us the $1,000, please? Yeah. Like, and then, like, what if they don't give you the right amount? So, like, you count and you're like, actually, it was... like, I don't want to be a bother, but nos debes 200. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. Nah, that's rough. Anyway, and then we went to a 2-hour... Oh, no, before we went there, we stopped at a QT. And,
we went to seafood.
Oh, we went to seafood. We ate some food, which was cool.
I like seafood.
We stopped at a QT. Nos topamos con otro mariachi.
Oh, yeah. I had no idea who they were.
Me neither. They were just chilling in the van, like with the windows open, and they look so sad, bro. I was like, ¿Qué pasó, güey?
I don't know if they were waiting for someone inside.
I don't know.
That's like their chilling spot. Like, we have some time to kill.
I don't know.
Let's just stay here. Yeah.
It's just funny because it's like two vans, and they were both parked. And, you know, from the wrong standpoint, it could look like we were going to jump them. Because, like... You know, they're sitting in the van.
They were dressed in white, too.
Yeah, they're sitting in the van. We pull up. We all come out. Just like, you know, like 6, 7 guys come out. I mean, it could look a little scary, you know. It's just like, get away.
I'm like... I, like, they were kind of being awkward because I was trying to be, like, friendly. Like, oh, like, ¿cómo están? You know? And they're like, no, ¿cómo están? And I just kept looking straight. I'm like, bueno, nos vamos.
They're like...
Damn.
They're like, damn.
They're like fuck you, bro.
No, yeah, I was just like, buenas tardes.
Like, we come back, we like the events like like
tagged up.
Yeah. It's like whatever their mariachi is, like puro mariachi estrella or something.
Yeah.
Like with like a fucking knife in the wheel. Like, oigan los jales, pendejos. Like,
está punchado algo. No, but that's rough. The windshield's broken. Don Luis is just like in this driver's seat but beat up. Like he's like they went that way, bro.
Stay away.
I'm looking at it like in a movie, you know.
I'm like the rearview mirror is like broken. Oh wait,
it already is.
Ya estaba así,
Oh shit. ¿Y lo qué?
Y luego fuimos a la quinceañera. It was 2 hours.
Trash quinceañera. If your party was the one we played on Saturday, trash, bro. Like that party was ass. Like
it's because I do think they get us too early for quinceañeras.
Fuck yeah.
Because have you noticed like they hire us from like 4 to like 6.
Like at a stupid time.
And like people are not there yet. Like people like salen del. I'm guessing they also had a mass for her, right?
I would think.
So salen and they're like, pues yo tengo hambre, you know, like. We had breakfast, so now we gotta get some lunch. Mm-hmm. But obviamente, there's not gonna be food yet at the quinceañera, so you have to go somewhere else. You go home, like a restaurant, you know.
I don't know, pero también se pasa la gente, te digo, llegan como a las 8, güey, like, pues at the end, and they're still asking for food, like, at that time, and it's like, the invitation probably says, like, if we're starting at, what was it, 5:30 or 4:30?
5:30.
Okay, if it was at 5:30, most comidas don't last, 4 hours, like, es 2 horas o 2 horas y media y ya se acaba, so like if people are getting there at the time, like at the very end, it's like, dude, that's just disrespectful, bro, because it's like now we have all this leftover food. That's how I'm gonna look at it for my wedding. Fuck, like that shit like just irks me. I'm gonna tell everybody to get there at 12. If va a empezar a las 6, güey.
Wait, it was 6:30 to 8:30.
Even worse, people were showing up at 8:30.
Bro, it felt early. Like people were
That's
not
how
there.
ass it was. Like, yeah, because when we started at 6:30, casi no había gente. So I was like, okay, well, maybe van llegando. And like an hour and a half in, and todavía casi no había nadie. And I'm like, what the fuck? Do the people hate you? Like, whoever's 15 this was, like, they probably think she's ungrateful or something. And they're like, nah, no vamos a ir.
Oh, that did crack me up, though. Like, when we walked in,
Yeah.
like, Christina was like...
Yeah, she made this face,
she
right?
She did not want us there, I guess.
She's like, yo quiero un mariachi más perrón, no sé, como el Vargas o el Nuevo Tecalitlán, algo así.
Yo quería el Sol de México.
And we're just over here like, hi. My bad. Sorry.
We like getting bread, though.
Yeah. Man, it was not fun, dude. That gig was ass, bro.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad, but it was boring.
It was boring as hell.
And then...
Mejor me voy.
The next one was better.
What was it? Backyard. All I remember is that it was windy.
Bro, those fucking balloons kept... They were hitting me hard, dude.
They were like...
Yeah.
The balloons, yeah. It's because it was windy, so the balloons just kept smacking.
Yeah, we're standing behind in front of
the balloons.
The gift area where they bring your gifts, right?
Presents.
And some of them had balloons, and like at first I thought it was you, because I would feel like a smack. So I tried to putazo, but I'm like, oh, like
I should have, bro. Should have been like, I'm like, damn, balloons, bro.
They were hitting hard, like
yeah,
you hear the fucking. I'm like, what the fuck?
The schmack. No, yeah. The other thing that I thought was funny was the girl next to us. You remember when she was trying to offer us like Jello shots?
Oh yeah.
She offered me one.
Did I meter en la boca, right?
No. Okay, so I said like I was just like, all right, I guess, because she was offering it to everybody. So I was just like, okay. So I told her like I held out my vihuela like that, and I said, "Dámela aquí," or like ponla aquí, like to put it right here on the top of the vihuela. So, because I mean,
te la mete dentro, like a fucking quarter, like
because she was telling me that, like she's like, "¿Quieres una?" I'm like, sure, like ponla aquí, like put it on top of the vihuela. And I think she didn't understand me because she was all like, oh, like she was trying to put it in my mouth. She's like, I'll do it really fast before my husband gets here. And I'm like,
wait.
I was like, lady, like this. First of all, I wanted it on my vihuela, and then second of all, I was like, is that bad for you to do that? I was like, I'm not asking. Even then, I didn't even ask you for you to do that. I'm like, ma'am, please stop.
Damn, ¿estás de bueno, güey? Like,
no, I was just like, I'm like, what did you hear, ma'am? Like, I just said put it here,
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Como no me oyó, I was like, dáselo ese. And then I put it to Arturo. Arturo took it. So I was like, dáselo, güey.
That's weird.
Ya ni sé qué chingados.
She probably said, like, mete la lengua aquí. And she's like, no, like, bueno, antes de que venga mi esposo. Like,
yeah, no, it's like, why'd you make it weird, bro? Like, it wasn't all that,
You're like,
yeah, and then on our way out, we all got smacked.
Dude, that was weird.
That was weird. Okay, were you first?
I was last.
Were you behind me?
Yeah.
Oh, so you saw me. Okay,
yeah.
So what happened was we're on our way out, and there was this girl. She was just drunk.
Yeah,
she was drunk, bro.
She
like,
was stupid drunk. Yeah.
She was stupid. Like, she was incoherent.
She was borderline blacking out.
Yeah, cause she stood in front of everybody on our way out. Like, we were all walking out, and I didn't realize what was going on. All I could see is in front of me was the mic, and all I saw was like, when you're not paying attention. You're just doing movements. So I was just walking out. So I wasn't paying attention what was going on in front of me. So in front of me, I just see the mic, and he's dodging. He's just like going up and down, like dodging something. And then I see like a hand from the back. Like I see a hand on top of his head. So in my mind, I'm like, someone was trying to touch his head. So that's what I put together, right? And then as Don Mike, moved on, I started walking and I see some girl. She just stands in front of me. Like she like posted up, bro. She's like, and then she's like, she just fucking smacked me on the forehead, like smack, like open palm, fucking. And I was like, I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I thought we were gonna, I was gonna dodge that, but I mean, you come out of left field with a smack, like that shit just like threw me off. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So then you were behind me?
Yeah, I saw you get. Well, I didn't know what was going on.
So you didn't see me get smacked?
I did see you get smacked. I saw this movement, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't think that's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know, like I thought it was she was going for a high five. Maybe you didn't understand. You got
and
smacked,
I'm like, bending.
right? So I walk in and I'm just like, oh, like, okay. And then like the lady that hired us,
the hostess,
she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, está bien tomada. Like, disculpenla. I'm like, está bien, no pedo.
You're all concussed, bro. Like,
and then at the end, like we're walking out, right? And like la señora que nos contrató, she's like, ¿no quieren de comer? I'm like, no, aquí dan putazos. Like, ya nos vamos. You know?
That's what I said. I was, vámonos, Omar, porque aquí pegan. Aquí pegan, vámonos.
No, me dice, no, me pegaron 2 veces, güey.
It was just funny because we all got smacked for no reason. It's just like, why? Like,
yeah,
we didn't do nothing.
That's what happens when you're drunk, dude.
I was like, I can't believe you done this. You know,
I can't believe
you done this. No, but yeah, that shit was funny, man. I don't know what. I mean, that's how I ended my night. Like,
I got
smacked, and then you got water. Damn, bro.
How long before you come back?
Oh, I can eat it this Sunday. Easter Sunday.
I'm like the last days are the toughest days, bro.
No, I mean, yeah, I miss it. I miss Whataburger.
Loser.
We had one more gig yesterday.
Oh, I see.
Nice. It was a baby shower. Ballroom was hot.
That one was pretty boring. That one was worse than the one from Saturday.
It was 2 hours that felt very, very long. We lost the audience. Like, we were in the ballroom and we were playing while they ate, and like little by little, people just started walking out. It's because, I mean, it was a really nice venue where you could like walk around outside. They had a bunch of different activities. I was like, okay, so the audience is thinking I could either go outside in the nice and cool because it was a nice day. It was windy, you know, so estaba fresco. Like, I could go out there, look at the cool stuff, you know, that they have around this property, and, you know, like convivir con los demás. Or I could stay in here and watch these Mexicans in a hot room. So, I mean, there was an obvious choice. Like, everybody went outside. Like, yeah. So by the time, like, they told us, okay, y'all can come play outside, like, we only had, like, 30 minutes left or something, right? Or, like, finally, like, tell us to go outside. Like, aquí no hay nadie, güey. Like, everybody was leaving. And I think everybody that was there was only sticking around because they were like, oh, there's a group here. Yeah. Because, like, when they said that we can move, they were like, oh, but finally. And they started walking out, too. So it's, like, kind of awkward. We're like, all right, well.
I know, I stole their food.
Yeah, we stole food at the end.
Because none of them invitaron, right? Yeah. They were in, like, there's some food in there. Because they were full, like.
Yeah, they had a lot left over.
Yeah.
Like, whole, you know, fucking, what are they called? Trays? Like, aluminum trays just full of food. And I'm like, they won't miss one chicken breast, bro.
Like, I got a whole meal, bro. Like, I got un chingo de arroz, un bolillo, or what are the biscuits? No.
You could be like Lil Vic, who took, like, lonche pa mañana, güey.
No, él sí.
He had like 2 plates, bro.
El se agarró, güey.
Y luego conchas también. Yeah. You know how they had conchas? He was like, hell yeah, like.
Para recalentado.
Para recalentado, cabrón. No, yeah, he did that. But yeah, that was it. That was the weekend.
Yeah.
Chill.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Like 9 out of 10. I read
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Nah, it was more like an 8.
For you.
For me, it's whatever. Point is, here, let's go into Charro chat real quick for you guys. Let's get into this. Earn Crab 392 says favorite traje color that you guys have or wear. I like, you know what? I'm gonna take to Albuquerque if we go. Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Albuquerque. If we go to Albuquerque, I'm gonna the only like combination that I really like that we wear is the Vacas one. So the black pants, black boots, and then we have this like white. It's the jacket you hate. The white jacket that has all the bedazzle on it.
Oh, I haven't used that one in a while.
Yeah, we haven't used them. But I like that combination because it's like Vacas, but it's fancy. Because the jacket that we have is all bedazzled and it has, you know, the group's name and everything. So it's a white one. So white, black, and black boots, and then the black moño. I think I'm going to take that to Albuquerque, boy.
I just like the plain black one for me.
Plain black? Well, you just got a new one, so it looks clean.
That one looks nice.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway. XS Play X, shout out Twan. Would you rather be tipped extra or offered what?
Tip extra or as much leftover alcohol you can take. So like more money or more alcohol?
I don't drink, so I'd rather have. I think even then, why would I take more alcohol? If they're offering more money?
Yeah, I mean alcohol is usually free, and you don't need a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean
So,
any place you play at, it's almost like a given that they're gonna ask you to drink.
Yeah.
Whether or not you do or not, that's up to you. But I mean, like I don't, because I'm just like no quiero.
I do, cause
Unless you guys force
I
me.
love my life.
Oh, like I'll take a shot with you guys every once in a while.
I haven't done it.
But I mean, it's not my favorite thing to do because it doesn't taste good. To me, it just doesn't taste good. Like, I'm sorry. I told you I shouldn't, but I like the fruity drinks. I like the things that taste sugary.
Hey man, we're not judging you. Like,
no, I'm just saying,
if
like,
you wanna be what you wanna be, I support you. You know.
Like, I mean, I like those tastes.
Soft legs.
Oh, I know. Thanks, bro. It's because I don't have no hair.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I've always just liked like the things that are sweet, and that's because I love sugar. So like tequila is the opposite of that. It's just pain. So it's like, so it's just like I don't want more, you know, unless it's mixed with something sweet. Like you know what's good? I like a paloma. Palomas, like if they're made good, I like them.
Yeah, if they're made good. Usually they're not.
Yeah, but I've had some where it's for me like it has to taste more like squirt and limon than the tequila. But when it's mixed right, I'm like, oh, this isn't bad.
Your best bet is a margarita though.
Yeah, I love margaritas. They're good.
Anymore.
Frozen especially. At Salvador said, y'all should start an unpopular opinion section. Yeah.
Pues puedes estar al balcón, ¿no?
I guess. I'm just kidding. Right? Yeah, maybe soon. Maybe on the next one. We'll see. At Alex Guitarron says, favorite Vargas member. I don't even know who's in Vargas anymore, bro.
Me too. I know who they. I know, like, the older ones. I think favorite Vargas member would
like
be
of all time. Is that what he's saying?
I think current. Let's just stick to current.
Current.
Or if you want to pick like from a time.
Okay, we'll do both.
Both.
For me, it's got to be Pato for not current, just because no matter what, he's like the daddy, bro. Like he's the person who recorded all those, you know, recordings of Vargas, and that's basically like the blueprint of everything we do. So like, in my opinion, like that would be my favorite member because he influenced my instrument as a vihuela player. Like he's the epitome of what my instrument is supposed to be in the mariachi.
Okay, what about currently?
Currently, shout out to Arturo Vargas.
Oh yeah.
To the boy, to the friend of the pod. If it's not him, Carlos. Carlos was cool, man. When I met him, those two times, like he was really cool with us. So, and he's very talented. So I would say Carlos Martinez. Let's get him on the pod.
I think, like, now when I picture like this new generation of Vargas, the one that comes to mind is Daniel.
Daniel.
He has such a great voice and like
a voice you don't hear of anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's my favorite from currently, and I guess from
back then,
pues Nati. Like,
Nati.
you know, have you heard that guy?
He's pretty good. He should keep going. He's pretty good.
Okay.
RNXXX. Okay. Esa madre. Do y'all think one should adapt to the group if they have different arrangements? Well, yeah, bro. You're going to get fired. That's just how it works. Pues, ¿qué más, güey?
There's another part to the question.
He just said, or should the group play the cajon for the sake of sounding good for regular chamas? Well, I mean, if it's a group that's made up of like a bunch of people, then obviously que todos se pongan de acuerdo.
Yeah. If you're part of that group, you have to accommodate to them. Like when I joined you guys, what is it, 4 years ago? Like you guys did a lot of stuff different that I had to get used to.
True. And
that it's regular for me now. Pero si es maroma and you're helping out a group, it should be a given that you're just trying to play, like, you know, what's most common, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if, you know, you do something fancy at the end, pues ni modo, you can't do it. Like, every time we have someone help us, and la maroma, Arturo looks at us, like the end of Gema, he's like, we do, like, the ending de Los Camperos.
Los Camperos, yeah.
But when it's someone that's singing it, we're not going to make him do all that, you know? Arturo's going to look at us like, hey, like, regular ending, you know?
Yeah.
So it depends on the context. If you're new to a group, you accommodate to them. That's my thinking.
Right.
But
no, obviously, I think it's more like you have to accommodate the group. Like
Yeah.
it's you want everybody to sound good, so do accordingly as long as the whole group sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That guy Merrick says the question is for your
I think it means melodia.
Melodia friends. How do you manage your time learning armonia as well as maintaining your primary instrument and singing too?
We don't have our melodia friends right now.
I don't get it.
I think he means how do you like if you play like violin and trumpet, how do you play like how do you switch to harmonia without losing like some of your skill playing like
I don't
violin?
think you learn. I don't think you lose skill. I think if anything, you're just gaining new knowledge. Like, for example,
No, but I think he means like if you start playing harmonia more, you kind of lose. Uh, you stop playing the other
like your
instrument.
chops.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's what
do
it
you?
means.
That's
No,
what.
I don't think so, but I think like it does feel like funny, being used to
After a
maybe
while.
playing guitar, and then going to like violin.
No, pues sí
You
es
know,
diferente. Yeah.
but I don't think you lose. Like it shouldn't be that hard to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're already good at specifically whatever instrument you're at, like it's kind of hard to lose that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe you're not as good, but to like really lose it, as in saying like where you can't even do it at the same level. Like I don't think you lose that.
Yeah.
I really don't think so.
I think you do may lose some stamina.
But like
Yeah.
for trumpet especially, I would think that I know your lips will start not getting used to it, and también the breath control and everything. Si se te va. But I guess for us as string instruments, like me, when I don't play vihuela for a long time, I just get a little tireder, like more tired, I guess you could say. But pero no se me va. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah,
take
like
that.
so you know what you're doing.
I still know what I'm doing.
Like I
Yeah.
only say stamina because for me, like when I play harp, I know what I'm doing still, but I do feel my hand kind of like Yahweh, like
Yeah.
like me canso, especially when it's como un son or something.
Sí, güey.
Something continuous. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's just if anything, you're just gaining a new skill. That's all I see it as. Ce Hernandez 2.0 says in being in a relationship. What is being in a relationship hard as a charro? How do you juggle it? Are they cool with the hours? I mean, I think anybody who's like likes you for what you do, they're gonna support you either way. Like for example, like my wife's not a mariachi, but she works crazy hours. What I'm gonna do? Divorce her because she works a lot? Like no, like
oh no,
you're
No.
like, well, actually, no, no. I mean, it's like she understands where I come from, and I understand where she comes from. I think it's just an understanding thing. Like, there's a lot of weeks that where we don't see each other all that much, but like that's why we kind of focus on like if we do have like a time to where we can hang out and do shit, like we do, because I mean, we've also learned to kind of cherish that because it's like we know that we don't have this all the time, so like whatever we do was have fun with it and do it and make sure that it's enough because whenever we're out working and doing what we got to do, I mean, at the end of the day, what are we going to do? Stop working and not pay bills? Like it's not really possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, working as a charro, I mean, he or she, I feel has to be a little understanding, especially if it's something that you want to do. So it's like, it's kind of selfish to be like, nah, like you be working too much, but it's like, what if they like doing it? That's how I see it anyway.
Mm.
How do you, I mean, you're in a relationship.
I mean, yeah, for me it is hard because we have like opposite schedules.
Yep.
Like, my
Same.
girlfriend is a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
So she's busy all week, and
All the
then
time.
weekends are free.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm busy all
All
day.
weekend.
Yeah, like, my only break is on Sunday, which is when I get to see her.
Yeah.
Usually I
Yeah.
usually try to see her like 2 times a week,
Yeah.
like minimum. Like it's hard.
Yeah. It's tough.
Like I haven't seen her lately as much because
Yeah.
I've like school has been a bitch.
EC.
And then we've been working on Sundays, so I haven't been able to go over there
Yeah.
lately.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, I kind of see it like as a temporary thing too, because I mean, she's about to be out for the summer.
Yeah,
That's where I'm like right now. I'm like, hell
that's what I told her. I'm
yeah,
like,
hell yeah, summer.
I had to explain to her like what final boss means because she doesn't play video games. So I'm like, like
yeah,
like it's getting harder a little bit right now because it's
Yeah.
finals and then like exams and
yeah.
shit.
Everything's piling on.
And then work is also increasing.
Yeah.
So but I'm like, no pasa nada, chiquita, ya me se acaba,
Like, well, yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's just an understanding between both
Yeah.
people. Like, I obviously like it could be tough, but I mean, I would rather it be tough than like be with someone who doesn't appreciate like what you're trying to do. I guess you could say like.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like if you guys are both understanding people, then it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I think it becomes an issue when like people just don't look at the other side in a way.
Yeah,
I've
like they
noticed
want to
that.
go out and they're like mad that you can't go.
Yeah,
It's like,
they get mad at you because you can't go, and so they're all like, "No, like you're just being, you can't, you're prioritizing that more than me." And it's like, no, like it's, I mean, we have to work. Like I work and I like doing this, so it's like, then it becomes selfish, and you don't want that because it's then you start to resent each other, and that's a whole nother thing. So I mean, I think if you're with the right person, they'll be understanding, you know. And if not, pues it's just no se puede, you know. So if I get divorced,
you know it.
you know why? Because we hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will be advertising myself on here every week. Like,
Like,
please, anybody.
like single and ready to mingle.
Single and ready to
And it's like one
tingle.
like, I'm like, love.
It's just you, bro.
I'm like, tú puedes, güey, yo te tengo fe.
Did we get any confessions?
Yeah.
What did
Yes.
we get? Oh, we did. Sammy be thick in his mariachi pants.
That's what I say.
I'm sorry.
You know how much I struggle to not smack it when he's getting in the van? I always give him that line of, what is it? White chicks? Terry Crews?
That's what I like to see.
It's like a white girl with a black girl's ass.
Except I'm not white. I'm white colored, but only like this though. Like I'm still Mexican, you know.
Still white, bro.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my ass is white.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure too.
I'll ask my wife later.
I'm just like,
Anyway, I still find it funny when kids fall at gigs. Yeah, I mean,
to this day.
it's funny. Kids getting hurt in general is pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
And then, ¿cómo va el final ese Victor?
Bro, okay, give me a break. Es que I have to use the restroom sometimes, right? Hey, y Saul, our violin player, me hace el paro of playing bass for me so I can go potty. And when I come back,
Potty.
he's still playing. So I can't just take the bass away from him, right? So I just
Mhm.
pretend to play violin. Le echo ganas. It doesn't look too bad, right?
No,
It looks like I'm doing it.
you're trying your best.
I really am.
Yeah.
Like I kind of
Like me as an audience member, I couldn't tell if you're playing, you know,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, y a veces sí me sale la segunda. A veces. Haz bollo.
la tercera, güey, no mames. All the low ass part.
No, because I can't play on those strings. I always play on the first and second.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played the top
Yeah.
on the violin. Violin's hard, bro. Like violin's hard.
I'm like, I try my best, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, turn up my mic. You can't even hear me. You don't even know.
You don't even know, bro. It's
But
just
yeah.
funny because that video was with Arturo Vargas, so it's like it's so awkward. That's why I thought it was funny because it's like, so
Oh, yeah, what was the point of that video?
it's just funny.
Oh,
Like it's just like if you look at it, it's like Arturo Vargas, world-renowned musician, playing with us, and not even just us normally, like us in a completely different orientation, like people playing not their instrument. It's just funny, bro, because it's like so out of context. Like
yeah.
like you would think a guy that performs all over the world, and then it's us being head ass, you know. So it's just funny. To me.
It's like you have this tiger and then like 5 kittens.
Yeah, we're the kids.
Yeah, if
obviously.
you can.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's all.
It's all.
That's all. Let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Shit's late as hell.
Well, thank you guys for
Thank
coming
you.
back again.
Uh-huh.
We love you guys. Rate, share, support, like, send the link to your friends. Be like,
Right.
bro, check this out, and then
Please.
send the link.
It's that easy, bro.
Mhm.
It really is. Let's get bigger, man. Let's.
I'm like, send this to your parents. I know we talk about your parents on this one.
Yeah, it's true too. Yeah,
No, don't do that.
They're like, ya no quiero que oigas
Wait,
esos hombres.
one time my mom, she was like, oye, una amiga me dijo que hablaste de mí en las cosas que haces. I'm
Oh,
like, no. Se bajó el corazón hasta abajo. Like,
What'd she say?
¿Y qué le dijo? Like, de la vez que te regañé. Fuck. Like,
She knows, bro.
like, dile a su amiga que nada de chismosa. Like, she couldn't tell like a good thing. Like, lo hablan muy bien.
Right.
You know, le echan ganas. No, le digo, no, hablaste del día que lo abusaste. I'm like, chinga.
They fucking told on you, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I mean, yeah, my mom used to listen to all these episodes. I don't know if she has lately. I really don't know if she does. At this point, who knows? Because, I mean, we speak English on here, too. You know? Like, my mom is a primary Spanish-speaking woman.
But she understands. I
know, she understands.
My mom will understand.
But it's just like, sometimes I don't know. Like, does she understand every single thing that I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know, man.
I
hope not.
That's
like, true, bro. I mean, you've been here. My mom's been here for 30 years, bro. She has to know what's up, bro. Like,
she knows.
She'd be going to like Burger King and like ordering by herself. She's like, yeah, let me get the Whopper, please, with cheese.
For real.
I'm like,
who for real, dude.
Who the
When you talk to her bosses, like they're like full on Americans. They like say van bien. I'm like, no que no.
I'm like, pero en la casa. Anyway, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, support the pod. And we will be back next week with a new episode for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, take it easy. Have a good weekend.
See you guys.
See you guys later. Oh. That shit always falls, bro. Goddamn.
Like, not mine, bro. Like, my God, that dumpy.
I fucking hate this couch.